Wena ongamele isigungu samadlozi. Wena mqaphi womnyango ovalela ubumnyama. Wena mhambi ohamba endleleni kama-athi. Wena ohlala entabeni yakho. Phangisa uye ezweni elingcwele. Ngoba sengiyaphakama. Vuka nawe uma ngikubiza. Anpu, wena uhlala egunjini lokuqhuma umzimba womufi. Beka izandla zakho. Phezu ebukhosini. Phezu kwebhokisi nxeseni, phezu kwebhokisi elivalela umzimba womufi. Lula insithezelo yakho. Ifinyelele nasesiphongweni sami. Busa lenqaba ngokuvela kwakho. Ngiholele endleleni yokulunga. Molebedi, Anpu, Mqaphikazi. Bayethe kuwe Anpu, mqaphi wesango lasentshonalanga. Wena unamehlo abona ezweni lamathongo. Ungumhlahlandlela. Mqaphi womnyango omkhulu wezulu. Mqaphi wezwe lokhokho. Wena uhloniphekile kulabo ababusa imimoya. Yamadoda nabesifazane. Ngiyakusondeza. Sabatha induku yakho. Yobukhosi. Ungamukele endaweni yakho. Wena mqaphi wezindawo ezifihlekile. Mqaphi wesango lezwe lasentshona. Ngivumele ngingene. Ezweni labathulile. Ngifunde ukukhuluma ngaphandle kwamazwi. Uma kusa ngizovuka ngingomunye wabalandeli bakho. Ngizoba ngomunye walabo abalandela emuva kwakho. Ngime ngiqaphe nawe. Ngizoba umncedisi wakho. Vuleka mnyango wasentshona ngingene. Ndugu yobukhosi Anpu. Ngihole kulesami. Mqaphikazi. Anpu. Bayethe kuwe Anpu. Wena unobuso bempungushe. Mqaphi wezwe lokhokho. Ungumholi walaba abakulandelayo. Ngibonise indlela engingahamba ngayo. Ngokuthula. Ngoba ngiqotho. Bayethe kuwe Anpu. What? Vuli wezindlela. bayede kuwe Her-Het-Her wena osemfihlakalweni ngiyakudumisa Kenti imintu wena nkosazana yezwe lasentshona bayede kuwe Nept siyajosa uyinkosi yendawo engcwele siyavusela kuwe imyethu wena uhlala egunjini lokumbeza umzimba womufi Mqaphikazi Anpu
We gather here every Sunday at 897 PL Street, Orlando East, to do Umphato at 12 o'clock. But we don't only gather here for that, we also gather here to listen to the lectures on Mkhulu and to unlearn. So we are currently in the season of Anpu. Mqaphikazi. So this season started on the 23rd of April and it's ending on the 23rd of May. So Anpu in ancient Egypt is the god of death. Anpu assumed different roles in various contexts. Depicted as a protector of the graves, he was replaced by Asa in his role as the lord of the underworld. So the things that align us with Anpu: Inyanga is April, Ije is serpentine, Umbala is black, Intini is brass, Impepo is cassia, Amaka is camphor. So this is the camphor. How you use it, you burn it on coal. So if you want this camphor, you can go to Ukhethatabo there by the truth seekers, they can get it for you. And then Isihlahla is date palm, Izilwane is dog, jackal, wolf, and beetle. So to find us on our social media platforms, you find us and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GEK_movement or GEK Bonabakhulu, and then on Facebook is GEK movement or Bonabakhulu. Then on YouTube it's Great Empire of Kemet Bonabakhulu. We are now available on Spotify and Apple Podcast at Great Empire of Kemet. So if you don't want to look at the live videos on YouTube, you can just go to Spotify or Apple Podcast, then you listen to the audio. Then at our market today, we have the Booksmen. They search, find, deliver, find and follow them on all social media platforms. So the Booksman is here to spread the reading awareness in the Black community and to make sure books are easy to find these days. So this is one of the books they sell, which is Shaman by Ukisama Zulu Credo Mutra. You can get yourself one by going to Booksman. And this is the other one called Maru. This book is like, it's so usual in the Black community, so get yourself one by going to Booksman. Then we have the Mashori herbal products. This is the cancer push. Cancer push, we have the 50 grams at 100 rands, 25 grams only for 50 rands. Then this is the Mashori wrapping stuff, 250 milliliters for 150 rands, 125 milliliters only for 100 rands, and 30 milliliters for 30 rands. We also have the truth seekers with anks, rings, earrings, and bags. They also sell the camphor, as I said earlier on. And then on Wednesdays, we give platform to Black-owned businesses. For that, you can send info at gekmovement.org. We also have our Kemet chats. You can get it by going to the website at www.gekmovement.org. And then this is the African Royal Calendar. Mkhulu reads from when he does Umphato. Please get yourself a copy for only 150 rands. So while we are on this African Royal Calendar, I just want to tell you that this is not the African Royal Calendar or the calendar you find at the back of the kitchen door. This calendar is very different. By the dates. So the date is not the 1st to the 31st, but the 23rd to the 23rd. It goes by seasons, not months. Yes. Fortunately and unfortunately, we don't have an English version of the African Royal Calendar. I mean African Royal Calendar, not any usual calendar. So yeah, this is the African Royal Calendar, no English version. Dates, not the 1st to the 31st, but the 23rd to the 23rd. Seasons, not months. While on that, we are asking for translators because usually people from maybe Limpopo or somewhere there want the calendar, but they don't speak Zulu. So if we have translators, can you please contribute and volunteer to translate the African Royal Calendar? This is the bag for Anpu to align us with the season. If you Anpu, please get yourself one. This is the handbag. We also have the school bag. Then at the back, videos of Amansani and Anpu, as you can see here. We also have Tageb, Oset, Asa, Heru, and many more. To get this bag, you go to the Truth Seekers to get yourself one and align with your season. You can also do that to find yourself an ank for your season, color, and so was any. Handing it over to Cecilio to tell us more about Anpu and the topic for the day. Nakalina Kinanewa representing the kingdom of Oset. 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 I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Today's topic for today is Anpu and emotional intelligence. Anubis, also called Anpu, is an ancient Egyptian god of the dead, represented by a jackal or a figure of the dead, with the head of a jackal. In the early dynasty period and the Old Kingdom, he enjoyed preeminent, not exclusive position as the lord of the dead, but he was later overshadowed by Asa. Thank you very much.
Thokozani. Ndlovukazi. Wena kamatiwani. Thokoza ndabezini. Hayi thina sinenhlanhla. Sinenhlanhla. Siphethe inkosi yangempela. And the reason ukuthi ngihube lehubo lomhlaba, because that's the central thing. Ayikho enye into for umuntu omnyama. Akuyi umhlaba. Lenokunye ke uzolunga. So into ke sikhahlelayo ke leyo. And sizosebenzisa imizwa yethu, our emotion, to achieve what we want. Isikhathi sika Anpu, isikhathi semizwa, emotional intelligence, ukuthi njengoba kuyilesikhathi, don't allow negative emotions to gain strength over you, ngoba they have the possibility to return the negativity to you. Isikhathi lesi, remember kuthiwa uAnpu umqaphi, kwesango lezulu. Meaning ukuthi u-Anpu umqaphi of the causal plane. So uye osemnyama. And lento ayikho it's not a rocket science. Lo Anpu esikhuluma ngayo i-carbon. I-carbon lela on your skin. Because melanin le egcina manje i-communicator isango between ourselves nezulu. So our melanin yilo Anpu esikhuluma ngayo. Yingakho i-color of this season it's black. Because that is the color of carbon. Ikhala futhi kakhulukhulwane. Remember ukhulukhulwane uye i-foundation yayo yonke into emhlabeni. Manje ke imelanin iyavuthelelwa in our system. U-Anpu uthi sikhulume ngaphandle kwamazwi. Yangizwa? Khuluma ngaphandle uphimisela amazwi kulesizini. Meaning ukuthi yonke into oyifisayo ikhulume ngaphakathi. Kuba ngathi uyahlanya kanti wena uyazi uyakha. You are building something in your mind. This is the best time. Mntu omnyama. Amandla akho akule season. Thokozani. Hey, imelanini le yazi okoko. They are so intelligent. Yingakho for us to be able to decode everything that okoko said, we need to go back to symbolic thinking. Hey. So, le chemical le bebesithuka ngayo yiyo esivulela izulu. Do you understand? Hey. Because thina as African people bukani la makhethe. Hayi ukuthi siyaxhoma osifuna ukunyathela abanye abantu. We are that natural. We can't help it. We are the melanin. We are the carbon. And the manje ipower yet. Ukukhuluma without words. Hey, ngoba yakhumbula ngathi indlovukazi nomkhubulwane isifaka ngaphakathi kwesibeletho sakhe. Yini that covers isibeletho? Asimelanin. Thokozani makhethe. Hey. Manje ke kumele sibe wiser about our emotions. Try by all means ukuthi evoke the emotion that makes you vibrate at a higher frequency. Hey. And my emotions, sonke we have once experienced. Ikona ilanga la bowushayeke ngalendlela ukuthi ungena fokol. Angisakhuluma ngasebank esikhwameni sakho. You had nothing. And all of a sudden somebody comes and gives you something. How did you feel? Those are the feelings you need to invoke deliberately by remembering that thing. Then uhlale lapho whilst you are constructing what you want to see manifest in physicality. Njengoba ngisho si-record science lelo uke wakwata ngithi manje mawufuna i-feeling yo imizwa yempi wenzani I'll evoke the day. You need to evoke that emotion. Because manje, it's man. Yingakho what is called the emotional intelligence is needed now. Ungakwati the whole day. Hey, because that is a negative frequency. Izokulethela negativity in your life. Because you are what you think. So isikhathi lesi sokuthi transmutation, which is a principle that you let it, what you think, your thoughts, they must manifest. That is transmutation. Into benyakha ngokomqondo awunaku seyaphila ngoSeptember. Uyathola leyo nto leyo. It's no lentuza and it doesn't cost you anything. It's just that manje, that ability has been made not to function at its best because we no longer think like that. We think in the yonke into mele ibe physical. Kanti steering more. Singakhohlwa futhi kuyo nayo le period. Singakhohlwa ukunikeza udumo kuNdlovukazi uNomkhubulwane. Because yonke into passes through uNomkhubulwane. She is the controller of the frequency you call emotion. So as much as kuyisikhathi sika Anpu, Anpu meaning ukuthi those stars, you know, where the sun rises in this season, they are lighted. Meaning ukuthi there is a prevalence of a carbon during this time. So we need to know how to use that. It's intangible. You can't see it. You can't feel it. Iumoya. Idinga ama emotions akho and your thoughts. And your thoughts are linked to the subconscious, mind yakho. Meaning what you guard against your thoughts this season. Because you don't want to go to abantu manje when they are manifesting in September balonch izinto. Bese ke wena uyakhala. Ayu anphakangizwa. That's what you'll be saying. I've been praying to Anpu all this season. Kanti uloko wenza i-correlation wrong. Do you understand? Kumele i-timing ibe perfect. Even my emotions, remember ukuthi umvelincane noNomkhubulwane, they communicate with us through our emotions. That's why kuthiwa you cannot hide or ukambele amanga idlozi. Why? Because idlozi lizwa my emotions akho. Uma ulibonga, you give thanks, and the little thank yakho is half-hearted. Oh no, when they just a useless thing, effort. Why? Because they can feel you. Yingakho si encourage ukuthi for you to be able to experience the magic, the natural magic. Be honest and truthful. Kulo moya, ungangitsotsi lo moya. Otherwise ufunde yonke. Uza wena la ngeagenda ethize. You want to use lo moya for your own agenda. Umoya dala ubonile. Dala ubonile umoya. So just iba free flow for you to be able to actually reap the benefits of creating a resonance between Izulu nomhlaba all the time. So u-Anpu ke huye umqaphi walelo saba. Njengoba sesichazile, umqaphi in the literal sense, melanin, the chemical that you have in abundance of as an African person. Ipower yethi lapha emoyeni makhehla. Yingakho future leadership thokoza ndaba. Akekho kuhle. Future leadership. Amakhosi of the future need to be masters in this. Ngoba igodlo bokuyikolo for this knowledge. Ubuthi mawufika esigodlweni kuthiwa wena usemusha kulando futhi by then bokuna what we call igaba system. Ukubutheka from 1 to 7 ibutho elithize nikhuliswa ngale ndlela, from 7 to 14 nikhuliswa ngale ndlela. Mase ufikelena ke sowuvulelwa manje imfihlo zezulu, because you are now ready to partake in the development of our community. God teaches you so that you become an active participant in the development of the community. When you are empowered by umoya la in the community, bese kuyophuma wena uyoserve abanye abantu ngaphandle. This is what has killed the development amongst, black people. Our professors and doctors, you don't see them like lokshi. Beza nje bazofuna imali yethu ke bahlala le madropini. Do you understand? So how are we as black people going to develop when the icons of a community are away from the community? Then you blame these communities, hey, these people, are rascals. There's nothing wrong, Anishoku, there's nothing wrong with abanye abantu bayasa. Ngikhuluma ngabaholi. You will never find, Jewish professors bahlale Soweto. Ukuthi their community ile Rosebank. Do you understand? Because they are concerned about the development of the whole community. I can never claim success if you develop a matter. It can never be. The success yam nyolala nisha is for development anybody in the community that I have been part of. This is how the future should be. This is how Amakosi are supposed to lead us. Not ngokwenyama ukuthi bona they only just deserving ukuhlala lapha. Mina ukuthi inkosi imele umvelini emhlabeni. Igama lakhe kuthiwa umlomo ongaqambi imanga. Because when he says tomorrow is going to be like this, it has to be like that. So this is the future esikhalelayo. Isasa ndaba ezitha thina esikhalelayo. Sikhalela umoya weAfrika ukuthi sike sixhumaniswe back to lo moya weAfrika. Yes, siyazidinga izindlu ndaba ezitha siyayidinga imali. Kepha into esikhalela kakhulu lo moya. Ngoba lo moya mawuhleli kahle la kimi. Ngiyakhona nami ukuthi ngicontribute positively towards the development of the community. So through knowledge, esikhabula kubo Bakredo, kubo Sheikh Anta Diop, kubo Theophilo Benga, kubo Mfundishi, all these great people. Your knowledge that we need to use for us to build a better future as African people. Pelatina in future, if we can truly align nalomoya we Africa, izindlu zethu, we can build them here la emoyeni. Hey, we will one day, amongst all of us, umuntu avuke nje nephupho hayi, hey okhokho bathi, lento vele ngenzeka. Mina ngenza kanje nakanje, hayami indlu. Hey, if for us to understand the laws that govern the universe, then there's nothing. Once you have that knowledge, what energies guard the four corners of the world, and how do I bring these energies together to form a stable structure? It's possible. Ilija Asomoy. Hey, it's the same frequency. It's just a vibrator at a much lower because it's grosser. But it's the same thing with the air that I breathe. So yonke into hydrogen. Everything is hydrogen. So manje occupation ye. Akasiye kancane ngapha elentshusini. Ebhodleleni makehla. And engage. You know, the other day, umuntu that I explore these inventions na umlaba. The other day, I see a simple solution. Ukuthi imagnet can generate electricity on its own. This guy takes a coil, ulbopela around ibulb, ulbeka phakathi nendawo. He then brings two magnets together. There you have electricity. Unlimited power. So why singazenzi lezinto? Investigation yethu must be there. The importance of the magnetic field, that the very same field that surrounds all of us. We have that magnetic field, but we are not thinking on the thoughts. Sithatha into kalula uyibuthe le ingane sidlala ngolibuthe all over. The other person wathatha ispeaker, just an ordinary speaker, esifile lapha sine magnet angithi wa connecting intambo lapha ya lighter. Siloko sinenkinga yeScom kanti izinto ezinjalo they are possible. But why singacabangi? And come up with solutions. Kanti why are we aligning with this principle and energies? We are aligning so that sivulele isambulelo. We are not just aligning because it's boring. Ikhona leyo nto leyo. Abantu babhoreke then they get together. I know. Let's explore the spiritual thing. You understand? Thina sikho lapho. See, we are building a future of an African person. And that future will be built by our inventions too. Banengabo immortal. Amongst us. Futhi yena nomuntu enimdelelayo. Nithi ngathi net. Uyeke lo muntu lo. Uyeke kumele simstudishe ke lo muntu. Hey, lo muntu can come up with some solutions amanengi for us. Hey, because leso sambulelo besehlela okhokho abo immortal. Sisehla namhlanje. The only thing just be an open vessel. Vuleka mntu omnyama. Hey, I mean, I was so motivated about lento yelentuza. Ye magnet. I'm a magnet lang. It means kahle mina istadisha kahle lento. All I want need Eskom. How? Sloko si violate Eskom. Then there's free electricity. Through a magnet, it makes sense. It's just tapping in. Uzwage, another form. Angazi bayibiza in the top layer, ionosphere. Bayibiza? Ionosphere. It's full of electricity. All we have to do is to tap in. Come up with inventions. How do I hook in lapa? And not, we don't need, I'll use a wire, man. Oh, Coco, pyramid at the top, there was gold. He called it Tanzania, it transmission through my obelisk all over. Imagine in the street for him, hi, man. How? Okay. Yeah? Uyabona mesingenzi kanje mesingayilungisi lento ngokuthi sivuleke and just be open to what the universe delivers to us. We are going to be left behind. Osenibanjwe artificial intelligence. Imabile vele. Ihamba nayo. Abayifisi bathi artificial. Now it's on the shife. Ulandeli phone call. The real thing is there, free. Artificial intelligence, man. I'm a professor, I'm a doctor. They are expecting this phone call. Huh? Pyramids that we have here in Mpumalanga. How can we harness the energy of the sun so that we give to our people freely? Who busy in a phone call, daughter? Who invest us so much money? Who create a angithi and lo muntu lo abamsuspect ngathi Elon Musk. Hey, bathi lo muntu lo Elon Musk. Uthi le abayiqhubayo i-dangerous ngoba umuntu angashiya le robot lakhe la ase-Japan asiqede sonke la Soweto umshini ayidlala ine-protection yayo uza ngekhe yakho hayi mntwana wethu lento idubula nje into amabhuleti angapheli siphele nya manje ulandela ukufa. Artificial intelligence, we need to follow. Okhokho bethu understood ukuthi kahle you don't need wires for you to transfer things because yonke into oyidingayo just tap into the frequencies that are there already. Radio frequency. What other applications are there for radio frequency? What else can we do? That guy was in Zimbabwe, you can power a TV freely. In nature is calling us to do that. But a billion, then they expect us to pay. Remember ukuthi le mali abayidlile isikweletu sakho. You are going to pay whether you like it or not. Bona ba right ema-Swiss bank bazolanda ugogo 8 years uhlala la elokishini. Expect ugogo manje azobhadala leso sikweletu. How evil is that? So we need to move away from this industrial structure because as in Ubuntu, asinabuntu. Abelungu banobuntu. Manje, how do you expect the system yabo ibe nobuntu? Huh? Yonke into imali. Even though wazi kahle ukuthi there's a possibility for me to give people free electricity. Tina siyoyenza lapha eMangwaneni. Kunamanzi all over. I'm exploring what they call these wheels. You know, they create. Chokuthi ivili nje elikhulu elinamalentuza bayibiza lento. Ithebhayini enkulu. Uyifaka nje uyimise lapha emanzini. Iflow yamanzi, it goes against that flow, produces electricity. Uma sithola ndaba esitha why abantu kumele babhadale. Thina mesithole imali nje ukuthi sahlanganisa leyo nto. Finish. Manje umkhobholo uzothi sitholile lento. Abantu ababhadale so much. Do you understand? Asimpilo asubuntu lobo. Asubuntu lobo. Where they are driven by money, everything that you do. Electricity, amanzi. These are human rights, man. We need to have access to these things. We don't, because siholo abantu abanomkhopolo. How do you do that? Emangwaneni, we are going to implement it. Hey, sizoyitabalaza imali ukuthi sithole all these, huge wheels. Sizifake wonke amadama aseBackville. So that we keep the electricity for free. And abantu must be able to access. Mahala. Why abantu mele babhadale for into ithola naturally from the sun? Who is charging you? Mawulokhu udonsa from lapha elangeni. Ubani omcharger for the hydrogen oyisebenzisayo? Huh? Nobody charges you. Manje yonke into wena ufuna ube profit. Nithi amanzi ne-electricity. People should never pay for that. Abantu, these things will give abantu the ability for them to make things for themselves. Manje mawungivala emanzini ungivala ku-electricity. Ngapha kunamsebenzi. Ngoba ungifundise ukuthi ngiyesikolweni for me to be employed. It's your teachings. All these people that you had hoped will actually hire me, they've closed their firms. But you are still demanding money for water and electricity, like me. How sick are you, like that? No, but seriously. Hey. So we need to move away from these things that keep us, in condition. Mele siloko siyophaphata noma into siyibona ukuthi udodi yabheda lena. Ngoba nje sisaba ukuthi bazosivalela ugesi. Kanti besilwelana. What were we fighting for? Huh? Hey, manje mina iyangixaka lento ukuthi if the position yethu is still in this way and we are still being treated like this. Look, lento is simple. Had we been compensated for the loss of our wealth, we wouldn't be in this situation. You are scared to demand justice from our colonizers. Then you come after us. You must pay for service. What services? Huh? Wazi kahle ukuthi labantu laba are wealthy today because of our wealth that they still robbing even today. Gold, uranium, lenduza, ziphuma wire every day. Our leaders are just witnessing all. That is the wealth that is supposed to give all of us a start. How much do they get for that? 2.5% tax. It was about 5. I'm not sure of the figures, but at some point, Bakala, it was 5 or whatever. Abelung Bakala, but joy, this is too much. So for the Amamanya Spale, e-government to accommodate them. Huh? How much money are they making per year? The government here to gets only, as an example, the 2.5%. And when you look at where they are digging, it's a land that belongs to a certain kingdom. Why are they doing things the other way? Where they say, okay, when uzane equipment yakho, uzana lokhu, thina siphethe umhlaba ne-wealth, uzothola ke le 2.5. Do you understand? The rest must go to the kingdom that rules that place. Abotsotsi bathi manje yonke lento must go under the state again. Kanjani? Buyele ku state. Ubonile ukuthi igebengu labantu labo. Umhlaba mawubuya awubuyele directly to the custodians. Oh. Hey, look at the Bafokeng. A perfect example yobukhosi obusebenzayo. Why? Because they own the minerals under. They get up almost $500 billion every year. Manje, i-community yabo, i-crime uzoyibona kanjani lapho ke? Unless ninenkosi ebhedayo. Hey, governor. Hey, I mean, we are sorted. That is how it should be structured in South Africa. Abapedi, whatever belongs to them, they must benefit. Ungazonika an Australian company a mining concession and a William course. Instead of saying, Nkosi, na mining rights. Me na as uhulumeni, I will look for a technical partner for you. So that when they come, they hold a minority stake in that, mining interest. Then there's guarantee that there won't be poverty in South Africa. Gune poverty mkanje because Canadians, Australians, Americans, Chinese are giving these concessions. Tina ngeke size sinuke. You won't even see any concession until you die. If you continue ngalendlela. Yingakho we need to change and demand our land back without any negotiations. Hey, we negotiate with uvuka nje uyayitshela ukuthi hey mqashi namhlanje hayi ngivuke ngenye indlela ngivuke ngelinye iside ngicela uphumele umusi finish lokhu negotiate hayi hey cela into yami hawu ngayeseleni mina ndaba ezini angazange ayicele ithali unafana icele how many ucele that's how weak we are. That is how weak we are. Bazositshela, look at NATO. NATO isenzeni thina la eAfrica. Because NATO is responsible for the cutting of the African cake. Berlin Conference. 1854. Hey, somewhere there. Berlin Conference. The NATO today, especially Russia, is responsible for our condition here. And these people haven't paid a cent. Why? Because Abunda Mata, who are men enough to demand compensation. Tina singabantu abamnyama, we are very wealthy. We are very wealthy. See, bilazwa ile miswasha ya malida. People who are afraid to demand justice for us. Trillions, Nicolotwa, trillions, Nina. All companies that say South Africa, they owe you. Young company that was there during apartheid owes you. The stock market, JSE. That's where you start. All your wealth went there. Manje uzotshela ukuthi Africa yasihlupheka. Sihlushwa yini? Sicebe kangaka. Oh, ngeke makhetha. Manje ke bukani. Yingakho ngithi independence is very, very important for us. And manje, once you understand and engage in this spiritual work, you will never be a slave to anybody, because you just manifest what you want. Unless you get khona la wenza wrong, angeke uzulambe uhamba ngale ndlela. Never. Because what you think already manifests. What you feel already manifests. Hey, angeke uzulambe wena khetha. Unless we go, we expect a billion. Ukuthi sasempini. Billion yani so bomb nje ngebomb yomoya one day ishare yonke le nto le. So what's the point of you laboring for a billion now? Asinweni lembi siqede sonke sobasha. All of us. If ungasi billionaire after long, we have villa. Finish. Hey, yinto undabezitha azama ayifisayo for umuntu omnyama. It's your right to be a billionaire, because la uzalelwe khona uzalelwe under platinum. It belongs to you, not a Canadian or Australian. Huh? Canadian stock market. If we investigate, simiswe ama mining concessions as Africa. Huh? Kona the company le user that focuses on commodities. About chrome, about copper. Kona the company like JSE. These are companies that are wealthy. The market cap here goes to trillions. Billions. But man, when you convert a rand, to dollars, trillions. Abaitata from our country. And remember, these trillions are supposed to be held inside the country. But now they have an arrangement with politicians. Politicians that allow them to do the first listing outside. Meaning whatever that remains in South Africa is just a representative company. These companies are listed in New York and in London stock market. But they are Zembala. They take the trillions from here. Then you hear them say, Guti, Aguna Mani. You wonder, Guti, Aguna Mani Ganjani, if you are the very same person that is allowing Labelung to take our money outside. This is nothing, market. Imalaya Puma during his Katata and Trevor Manuel. Trillions of rands left South Africa. Bavunyelwa, Hilabanda Masolai. And the land hasn't stopped. A primary listing of all companies that are producing mining yabo here should be the Johannesburg stock market and nothing else. Uyobeka primary listing yakho le London. Usho kuthini? Bese ke you know lamagwala zokhohlisa, high globalization. That's what they say to us. Companies are allowed to be global. Kulo globalization umtotsi bodwa. Then we must be quiet about it. Thina mele sithule. Phela thina sisebenzela ifuture yengane zethu. If we don't fight and win this war, sigqilaze ingane nabazukulu abazayo. Thina sifungile. Ngamane sife vele. Ngamane sife. Ngoba sisempini. Ifoko khokho bathi hamba ngale ndlela. Yiyo indlela okumele ngihambe ngayo. And I'm sad food law. But I'm not going to be quiet because it makes other people uncomfortable. Futhi, why are you uncomfortable umuntu omnyama wena? Ukwazwa yini kule nto ngishona? Kwazwa yini? Hoy. Baphethe ubugwala and nothing else. Siyeke thina siye phambili. Sabukufa. Maybe you'll be the first one to die. Lokhu sabukwenza izinto sakukhuluma ngoba sabukufa. Thina sikulindele ukufa anytime. And kuyosithola endleleni vele. Injalo ndaba ezithu. Ungalokho usaba. No, inkinga ukuthi all these people that are comfortable, they have ama-deals ngapha ebomasentini. All over enalabelungu. Now you are making them uncomfortable makhuluma ngale ndlela. So we must point out ubutsotsi babelungu. Sithule thina. I need to understand every time a budget when you look at what is brought in by SARS. You can't spend more than you receive. You can't do that. And the only thing ekuwenza kuleyo situation is because of your point of departure is wrong. It's wrong. If ungavala nje uvale amabhola uthi akho mineral ephumayo la eSouth Africa, beneficiation must happen. How many black people will be get an opportunity? Omunye wenza ilenduza usupplier the miner, omunye wenza lokhu, omunye designer. How much money will circulate amongst us? Just by that decision. Kuti iChina ngasathathi chrome yethu raw. Mele thina siyiprocess to a certain level. Inhlupeki ngaphela. And also we can ngasho last week we can get 1 million all of us every year. Every year. Kuthiwa nasi stats sakho Lord. Ukuthi uyaqhaphaza kwakho. Kephunga sabuku. Hey, injalo. If our resources are managed properly, this is what will happen. South Africa is very rich in terms of resources. 40 richness yethu yehlile. Bahombile lapha elungulapha. Sebekusele half or 3/4. The rest is zile eLondon. So baphathela futhi lapha. One day bazovuka nje kunento ebashisayo egazini bangazi ukuthi yini. Mebengena kule room vele la kunama gold nama platinum yehle lento. Kube ne relief. Mebephuma futhi iqale lento. baze bayithola imessage ukuthi hayi cha kumele kuhambe lo. Sozwa ngabo basifonela ukuthi hey onazi into zenu nizozithatha. Singabi nendaba nabo lapho. Bayodilwa bayosolva umoya lapho. Into nje thina okumele sibheke ukuyuza lamandla esesinawo. Because once you know the laws that govern the universe, that's the power you need. That's all the power you need, emhlabeni. Huh? Transmutation. What you think manifests. Huh? Transmuting your thoughts into physical service or product. That is what we need to labor. Huh? Whether you say Kexini, whether you say Karini, you do your spiritual work very quietly. Bakhona abantu abakhuluma too much. And labo bantu sokuthi la eTexini wena uyazakhela ikusasa lakho. Hey umuntu akubelesela. Ha man mfowethu no mamela man. Akufane kwenye level. But ungagive up, mnike na ichance ngithi. Udliwa lento emdlalo. Mhlambe wena kumele umkhanyisele. But mawufika ekhaya noma usebank ukuphela nini sebenza. Just invoke that emotion. The emotion you felt, you know, when something major was happening lakuwe. That is the highest vibration oyidingayo for you to be able to manifest. To transform your thoughts into physical service or product. Ilapho makhezo. And nothing else. So Anpu is empowering us. Ukuthi mesithi Anpu sikhuluma ngemelanin ngoba isango. That's the gateway to ukhulukhulwa, the place of peace, stillness. Ukhulukhulwa. Hey. To the darkness. Bayibiza ukuthi triple black. Huh? Yedlovukazi 666. Hey. Triple black. Sibuyele lapho man. So our powers are enhanced naturally. So let's take advantage of that. Ungazi doubt. I know. Mina unqualified. Kanjani? Yingakho mina ngangithi I was saying ukuthi there's nobody that is less important than GK. Every soul is important. Noma siphahla. Yingakho kumele siphahle as a collective because asazi ukuthi ubani who will produce the necessary vibrational, vibrational frequency so that izulumizwe faster through that person. Sisindeke, sisizeke sonke singabantu abamnyama. So you can't undermine anybody mawula ku-GK. Nobody is superior than the other. Umvelincane kuphela superior. Sonke nje sineyiphiwo ezihlukile. So mele sihloniphe lezo iphiwo. Umuntu omnyathayo uye umuntu lo ongakwenza kusasa. Na umfula la ugcwele amanzi ayaphuphuma. Lo muntu waze ne-idea, hayi no mesingenza kanje. We are flying over the world. Do you understand? Lo muntu bomthathela phansi. Uthi hayi refresh yana. Akuna refresh emoyeni. It's a sick mentality kwayona leyo ucabanga ukuthi abantu ba refresh. So asihloniphaneni. And enye into kumele siyenze, what we need to do. You can't betray imikhuleko of a collective, man. Yes. Mabu isikhathi sokuphahla, phahla nathi. Even if useofisini, it's only a couple of minutes. Siyaqeda. hamba ungene ekhoneni lapha ume ngaphansi kwehlahla wenzeni iboss yakho uyitshele futhi man ukuthi I don't work mina ngo-12. Hey, no 12 o'clock, it's my sacred time.
Yes.
That's how I communicate with the universe. They've got to respect that. If you don't make them respect that, they won't. Tina siloko siyayiphusha man lengolovani. Kepha kukhona abantu abadonsa inyawo. Khona abadonsa inyawo. Abaphathi nathi. It means bayakhuluma nje lento le. Collective umphahlo black unity. Tina sathi la GK. Asinandaba namagama akho ayi-1000. Sibheka izenzo zakho wenzani. This is what a judge is. Ulokhu ukhuluma amagama ayi-1000 asinandaba nakho konke lokho. Izenzo zakho yithini? If you say wena uyabhiliva kulento, ubhiliva ngomlomo na, o izenzo ziyakulandela lokho. So that's the thing. Hayi, Masum. Ngikhulumile kwanele ndaba ezinhle. Kwanele ndaba ezinhle. Ngithi ngihlehle. Ndaba ezinhle. Kwenze njani?
I know. Sister Fran.
Impela. Yakhuluma. Yakhuluma. Mqaphikazi. Thokozani, ukani ke lapha ke. If ungenama question but bengithi mina sinikele indaba ezithala khafu. Indaba ezitha ngeke. Kuphela ilanga ahlale njengakhafulana. Kunenge sike-expecte kuye. Ngoba uyithemba lethu. There's no other person that we trust with our lives. Umuntu izenzo zakhe. Hey, futhi ukhuluma kancane indaba ezitha. Mude ezenzweni. Nenhliziyo yabona ukuthi nami umuntu. Ndaba ezitha. Ndaba ezitha. Bayethe. Sumpa. Akamatiwa.
Ngibonga ukuthola leli thuba. Ngingibingelele bantu bakamngani wami. Ithina abantu. Singabantu. Ingakho sinobuntu.
Yes.
Ngoba ubuntu uhambisana nomuntu. Ubuntu uhambisana nomuntu. Abanye akubona abantu njani. Abantu ithini ngemfundo. Ingakho singabantu basinobuntu. Laba abanye babona ukuthi naba abantu banobuntu. Angithi mawungenabo ubuntu usilwanyana. Ubuntu awubazi ukuthi ukuthini. Awukwazi futhi ukusebenzisa ngendlela enobuntu. Ubuntu awunabo awusiyi umuntu. Ingakho ke lezizwana zonke lezizwe lezi ezafika lezo nikazi lethu.
Hey,
zasibona na abantu laba banobuntu base besebenzisa lobuntu bethu kabi ngokuthi badlizwe lethu badla konke sinakho. Ngokuthi basingabantu sinobuntu. Kwabasebenzela lokho.
Kakhulu.
Ingakho namhlanje sinale nkinga esinayo. Sisezweni okungelethu kodwa singenazo sinalutho.
thokoza ndaba ezitha.
Baphindile sesitholile ithuba ukuthi okay ke asikubuyise konke okungokwethu thina abantu. Baphinda futhi ngoba abanabo ubuntu labantu singakhohliseki. Angeke baze basithanda bakaze basithanda. Abasoze futhi basithanda.
Yes.
Baphindile ngo-1994 kuleli angisakhulumi izwekazi lilonke le nje leningizimu neAfrika baphinda futhi lokho ngo94 kufanele ngabe basibuyisela konke okungokwethu thina abantu esingabantu abanobuntu kubo basishaya futhi ngefiphindiwe yabona ubuntu yebo basiphindile ngo1994 basishaya futhi sibenzele ubuntu ngoba sinobuntu ngoba singabantu iyodwa into ufuna sivike manje ubuntu bethu esiphomvele inqani thina abantu asibusebenzise ngendlela eyiyo ewubuntu singadayisi asingadayisi bantu bakithi kulesikhathi samanje uma lokho kwasibheja thina lesizukulwane lesesikhona njengamanje ngeke kuphinde kuze kulunge ithuba sinalo ngoba sesiyakwazi manje simeka nje sikhulume lokho kuyikho ngendlela okuyiyona asibuyisa amandla ethu kubantu esibanike amandla ethu ngephutho okasenza iphutho okasingabantu asibuyiseka amandla ethu kulabantu esibanike amandla ethu ngoba azange bakukhombisa ubuntu kithi asibuyise ngokwethu eze siyophumelela ngoba inqanqo nathi
Get up,
Hayi siyabonga Masuku. Yaphezulu. Siyabonga kakhulu. Bonga amazwi akho ndabezini. Esina. Nobuntu uyini? Ilemenani ubuntu imelani ngoba yiyo sifile ngale ndlela esifila ngakhona thina abantu abamnyama. Umuntu ongenayo le melanin o eyincane akayifili lento esiyifilayo. Siyabonga ke Makhehla. Njengoba sesivala siyabonga kakhulu. Sibonge kakhulu nalabo basemakhaya abasibukele through our socials. Siyabonga kakhulu. Sibonge futhi nomsebenzi ubuholi nobukhosi baseThekwini. You know amakhehla lapha nogogo bayasebenza kakhulu. Siloko sifuna indawo for uJune. Amakhehla ayile ayifuna indawo. La sithole khona indawo. Yabelu. Bayanqaba. La kumele sibe khona. Bayanqaba bathi hayi indawo erapi le nesimvumele inkinga ke umuntu omnyama abhekene nayo. Labantu they went and constructed things on our sacred sites deliberately knowing ukuthi these are sacred sites for umuntu omnyama. Kunendawo lapha bayibiza ukuthi it's a rock cave. Bokune cave la kuchithela khona the golden meridian. Mase ichithela emfuleni. Ibichithela next to that cave. Amabhunu afika eBhoma. Kuselidwala nje ngana namhlanje. Indawo yokhokho bethu yabhonywa nje and nothing is wrong with that. Nobody sees anything wrong. Manje mokumele siye thina to our sacred sites. We have to be rejected. But the colonizer in our own land and have the guts to tell us ukuthi indaba erapi le. I'm not going to allow you to connect to your spirit. This is our challenge. And the abantu abamnyama bayithatha kancane lento esiyibonayo. Kuyoze kubelini kube njalo. Kanti mele ibuya ilizwe. Kumele zonke izakhiwo that are on our sacred sites must be destroyed. Kwakhiwe kabusha ama-pyramids namatempele ethu kule ndawo. Whether there is a town there or whether there is what, it's our sacred site. It has to go back to us. Sivalelekile. Ijele phela leli. Sisajele. Wathi singaphandle. Ungahamba uyotshela amandiya le eIndia ukuthi hayi wena udlala icricket la. Bafuna ukuconnecta nespirituality sabo. But thina siyatshelwa lawo magama ngoba asihloniphekanga. Nobody respects a black person in South Africa or Africa in general. Because all along the Golden Meridian from Mpumalanga, from Le Phoenix, Uguyoshole, Kemet, Upper Kemet, Pyramid of Giza, all the farms are owned by white people. It means Uguti for us to be able to connect. Ask for permission from white people in our own land. Hey, manje, when you are a black person, being privileged, living a life of comfort, and you are disgusted by our demands that we make, Ushukti. Hayi ngiyakhuluma kanje ngabelungu. I'm negative, man. Basho njalo. Abantu be-privilege. Bazihamba nempondo. Thina la ilokishini 20 rand isapha yakho. Thenga ikhabishi, thenga impupu. Yingakho sifila ukuthi we need to fix this thing. Well, now we are in the softies. Icomfort oyinikeza umlungu. Uzotshela thina ukuthi si negative. Hey, basho njalo. That is in negative. We are spewing negativity. I don't care how you view me. Okusalayo iqiniso. I can never be told by a white person that I cannot connect with the spirit of my ancestor. Because he has reserved that portion for Irapi. This is what they are protecting when they keep saying we are spewing negativity. How do they answer to la manyala enziwa belungu? Stop commenting. When you are a coward, when you see warriors walking the talk, stop commenting. It's not your war, it's not your fight. So keep quiet. Instead of encouraging us, ufaki petrol, tell a man. When to pass uncomfortable, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my car. Because the day this thing manifests, I've lost everything. That's how they think. That's how they think. What am I going to lose if tables are turned around? How are we going to gain as a collective, man? You are always self-preservation mode. To avoid Uguti, you would rather see Umlumu continue violating my human rights, so that when you continue with your comfort and privilege. What a shame. What a shame. And there are a lot of black people in that position. Even about the they were named like that. Hi bana bana bashanya bana. That's what they said to Abotier. Did he fear to liberate this country? So don't give it, don't even give them attention labantu. Babizani, I'm just struggle whatever. Bahleli lapha ku-wheelchair balokhu bacomplain. Yeni namatshotsha lenqola leni ijayivayo iyadudula yonke into. Nami izodudula la ngidla khona. Hayi makhehlani benu man. Mina ngiyabatshela labantu laba abakhulume as much as they want. We will never stop pointing out all the evil perpetrated to us by white people and their system.
And their puppets.
And their puppets in Israel, hey, ibhlungu yazi ngilale inhliziyo ibhlungu izolo. Normally mesiya to these 4 cardinal points kumele siye ngomoya okhululekile. Siyoconnecta nezulu. Umlungu uzotshela thina, you can't enter that place for rugby. You are going to mess it up. Imagine. So asiphatheni maphela. Asiyuzeni nobuntu bethu. Ngesikhemethi bathi abatum.
Okay.
Melanin. Thokoza. Isabamba la ebuntwini. Thokoza. Ibizwa njalo vele imelanin abatum. Manje asiyuzeni le melanin wisely. Because a collective action, a collective thinking is more powerful than an atomic bomb. Our collective thoughts angehlisa encibikise intaba yehle. Kwathiwo vele ukuthi the struggle is not for everybody. There are those that are going to cower. Do you understand? Mele sibashiye muva labo. Don't even entertain their negative thoughts. Kabakuthi nizomenza nomlungu. Bebesho njalo vele ngo-76. Bathi umlungu umdala. Nizobenzani labelungu? Anina lutho. So bashani abatuli. Thokozani makhetha siyabonga nalapha emakhaya. If ungenambuzo ke sivaleni makhetha sishweni isikhulu. Ukhona umbuzo? Any comment? Bayabo. Thokozani.
Bye.